Good morning. Just do a quick audio check here, make sure everything's working. Seems to be. Maybe not. What's going on here? Let's check it. Is there audio? I guess there is. All right. It's coming up on 3 o'clock here. Overnight there, looks like we kind of sold down. Kind of sold down a little more overnight there. Just checking the levels here. Let's see if we got everything on here that we want. Selling back off here, going into the open. Sell volume just coming in. Coming in heavy here. Oh man, I gotta fix the stop loss on this. I want it to be trailing. All right. Take profits. It's kind of bouncing back up here, 3 o'clock. What's going on, 6? How's it going? How's it going? Good morning. Sorry I wasn't on the last few days. I was on vacation. The plan was to stream, but was not feeling all that well and decided to just rest. Decided to rest. And a bloodbath this week so far, huh? Especially yesterday. Just sell, sell, sell. Sell, sell, sell. Potentially moving down some more this morning. I am testing out Quantower here on the left. As you guys probably know, that Top Step is no longer offering trade of 8. So, kind of testing out Quantower here on the left. Not super familiar with it, but going to give it a go. See how it goes here. So I would expect some sort of retracement here. Maybe even retest the VWAP. If not, at least trade up into this gap here before we kind of sell off more. But it might just go without us here. Yes, down to the 2450 area, possible move down into that 21 area. Losing the 400 level here on the in Q. Like to see us trade back up in there. Kind of hanging out here at the lows. Tough to really buy down here unless you're considering going long. Let's look here and see. Yeah, that'll work. Like to see a little pop back up. Possibly ought to fur as a short entry. Don't know if that's a big enough pop there to take short. Be patient and see what it offers. Just be patient here. See what price offers us. We'll kind of go from there. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe. Helps the channel. Appreciate it. Apex has a new sale going on. If you guys haven't noticed, they got the 50% off. Link in the description. Code in the banner there. 50% off resets also. So if you already got an account at say 90% off and your reset's $37, then they're offering 50% off the reset. So I'm not sure what that comes out to be. I should probably look and see. So we got the VWAP all the way up here at the 460. So kind of eyeballing I guess it helps if I select the right thing, huh? But this gap right here is in the premium zone that we're looking for. That one. You also got one above it that's close to the VWAP, so maybe kind of retest the VWAP here. So if we do end up taking a long, we'll be aware of this gap here to kind of take profit, or at least get out with a runner on if we use more than one contract. Let's adjust our ATM strategy. Have you taken any trades today, 6? If you have, are you up or down? Yes, kind of hanging around at that 25 level. I mean, could potentially take a short here just for a scalp, but just be a little more patient, wait. See what we get. Like I said, really, you know, immediate bias is kind of short, but if we could get some displacement breaking this swing high kind of up into this area, then we'll consider a long up into 35s. So I think ultimately it trades up there before it maybe continues lower. Who really knows, right? Who really knows? Still trying to figure out this Quan Tower, man. I'm not used to this. Not used to it. Let's see if this thing trades up into that 400 level and kind of rejects. Could consider a short there. Small risk. Be kind of small risk up in this area. We'll just see how price reacts if it gets to that area. We will check it out once it gets there. It's kind of chopping around so far since I sat down. Push back down into the low of day here. Sellers kind of coming in strong. I don't know. I kind of feel like jumping in here, but then again, it's like if I was going to take this entry, I should have taken it up here in the near the 400 level. ES has failed to make a new low so far as the NQ makes a new low. ES is one tick away from a new low there. Is it going to do it or not? That would be the question. Getting a little bounce out of there. I guess we did trade back up into a little order block here. I didn't even notice that on the 1 minute chart. If you're not familiar with what an order block is, it's just the change in the state of delivery of price. Hold on. Ooh, sorry, I had to sneeze. So anyways, you can see price is just moving down, and then you have this one up close candle in the middle of this down move. Could have been an aggressive entry there to be had. If you guys remember the guy who was short when the market was moving up, he's now long. He's long from Monday. So he held through the entire sell-off yesterday. He's still holding. Interesting. I mean, do we just throw one into the fire? Nah. We don't. We're going to tell you we should have taken it up here. Let's just wait. It'll offer us another entry for sure. Always does. Patience is key. Patience. ES is down to the 2250 area. Sellers are still showing some strength here. Looking for a potential bounce in this area right in here. So we don't always fight the trend, but we might this morning. We may try to take a long in here for the first sign of buyers that we see. Just with like a short stop on it, I'm thinking. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's what happens when you're... So let's see if we get a bounce here. Bounce is incoming so far. Looking okay. Got to get on up there. Again, relatively small risk on this trade here. Risking about 8 handles, I think. We're just flushing downward, yeah, 6. I agree. The idea here to me is just is that we're eventually going to kind of find a bottom and bounce out of there. So this is a little more risky, but I think it's okay. Move my take profit up just a little bit here. As you can see on Quant Tower here, you can put in a trailing stop. I do kind of like that. So it's trailing 50 ticks behind current price. And of course, you can't just manually move it up like that. So we're at break even. Can't lose on it. So let's see if we can hit our target. So now we got it trailing about 20 ticks behind. Might get stopped, but can't lose. I guess that's 30 ticks behind right now. Morning T, how's it been? How's it been? Looking for a pop up here into the 83 level. Trying to be patient with it here. See if we can't get it. In fact, I maybe just move the stop down to break even. Probably should give it more room, but still kind of playing with the Quant Tower platform here. I guess we might get stopped here. Might have should have taken our $100 and something when we had it, huh? Stopped out there. $5. Well, we tried to give it every opportunity to kind of bounce there. It did give us a little bounce. We were a little late getting in. Honestly, I hit the button over here. I forgot that this is not... I'm just using this for the VWAP And even though, see, they got the VWAP at 53, 54. And then on Quantire, it's at 50. I haven't quite figured out how to fix that yet. So just using this for information. Man, is this thing really just going to keep selling? Guess that's always a possibility, right? I was thinking maybe it'd move up more and offer us an entry, but I don't know. Do we dare just jump in here? Do have a pivot down at the 28 area. I'm hesitant just to jump in here. ES down to the 20, 1925 here. Kind of a little double bottom here on the 1 minute. Oh, do I dare try again? Should have been long from 65 if I was going to. We're going to wait. Try to get a proper entry here, guys. Not just jumping in. And I haven't figured out how to put the P&L on the chart for Quantire. I got it off screen, but it shows my account information. So I don't want to show you guys that. It's got my address and everything on there. Let's see, let's see if we can figure out. Maybe put it here. It's not going to stay there. Yeah, it won't stay there if I click on the chart. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But I can let you guys know how we're doing. Right now we're up $5. Make the account window smaller. All right, let me see here. You may be onto something there. Think I can do that. Oh. So I guess I can make this one something like this. Oh, come on. Almost closed it somehow there. And then you can fit this one in here. So there you go. Now you guys can see the balance. That'll work. Juker, good morning. Appreciate it. Yeah, I wasn't feeling great. I got a little sick not while on vacation. I was actually sick a few days before, and I kind of thought it went away, but I got on vacation and it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, and wasn't really like throwing up or anything or running a fever. Just felt awful. So decided to just take a break. So I just took a couple of days there to just enjoy some vacation. Was at the beach. Just rested. Sit on the beach and enjoy the day. Didn't really trade. I took a few trades, but not like was just testing some things out, not really real trades. Did get funded on Top Step, if you guys didn't see, the Friday before I left. And I just got my Top Step credentials yesterday for the funded account, for the Express funded account. So we will be trading that. You can see here. So we'll be trading that on the New York session. Just want to, you know, have that extra volatility, extra volume in. Yeah, it was nice. I went to what's it called? Orange Beach, Alabama. Or Gulf Shores, just depending upon. I think we technically stayed in Gulf Shores, but met my cousin down there. He lives in Arkansas. He's still there. I didn't stay. I think I was there, 4 days? Yeah. I don't know, guys. I was kind of thinking we might get a bounce in here somewhere, but I mean, it's not looking like it wants to bounce, to be honest. Not looking very bouncy. I mean, I guess if we're just using immediate information, we could take a short in this gap here, but the Fibonacci says that we should be looking for this gap up here. So that's kind of what I was like waiting on. If you put it on up here, that's kind of the level where you would have interest, but may not make it up there. Do have a small imbalance here on a 3-minute chart. Tukur, your Badwood vacations. Was in Thailand for 3 months, but traded every night until 3 a.m. 3 months is a long vacation. Yeah, I can turn myself off if I want to. I just, the plan was to trade London at least. I was going to stream London and just not stream New York, but yeah, and then I just didn't. I don't know. I was kind of. I was going to jump in here. I mean, I know it's probably bad, but we're just going to do it anyway. Kind of targeting that 50 area here. Should get a decent flush into that area pretty quickly. Stop's going to get a break even. So we'll lock in like $50, I guess, whatever that is, as we come down. I guess it's actually 100. Still kind of learning this platform. So when you go to a break-even stop, it takes your TP away, your take profit, and you can just kind of trail it, which kind of fits my style anyway. So we got a little $150 there, nothing crazy. I wish when you went to a break-even stop, it would still leave your target in, because it would have hit our target there for the full 200. Probably would still sell here. Could have just let the stop at break-even, but trying to lock in a little something. Tried to take a little bounce trade right in here. Earlier. We were up like 8 or 9 points, and then I just didn't take it, put it at break even. Just trying to ease back into the waters here. We don't want to just jump in full force. So this one here on the left, this is a new 50K combine. I did switch to Quantower when they offered that platform switch where they give you the refund. So it is Top Step still here on the left. I am trading the Apex off screen. I haven't taken any trades on it this morning, but it's there. Might be one of those days where you could have just got short right away. Could have just got short up here at the 400s and just whoop, rode her down. Could still be short. I mean, I don't really know how low this thing can go. This thing's got room for sure. Let's check, let's see. Down into the 40s here. Holy cow. Guess I should have held that. Let's look at the 15-minute chart, kind of zoom out a little bit. Zooming out. So down at that 300 level, it's kind of the next resistance, looks like. So this thing could potentially trade down to the 300. 25 is your target, Juker. Right now, do you prefer to use Quantower as your main or Trade-Evade? Well, Trade-Evade scares me at this point, to be honest. Problem is, my funded account through Trade-Evade, through Top Step, is going to have to be through Trade-Evade because they're not offering for funded accounts to be swapped over. They are not offering for funded accounts to be swapped. So Trade-Evade scares me. I like the use of Trade-Evade and the easiness of it, but give you an example. Last week during London, I got stuck in a trade that cost me $800 when I was on my step 2. And I closed the trade $200 in profit, and it stopped me out for $600 in loss. So that cost me, it was an $800 swing. So, and Top Step's not doing anything about that. So if that happens on the funded account, I'm going to be mad. But I want to have Quantower set up and using it before, you know, the potential of that happens. So now's the question, this is going to kind of offer us a re-entry probably up in the 70s. Do we take the short there? Probably so. We'll try it in that area. But so far, Quantower seems easy to use, easy to set up. Not quite as easy as Trade-O-Vate, but we'll trade that during the volatility of the morning, and we'll see how that reacts as well. I've also been trading Ninja Trader with my Apex and my Bulanox, but the only thing is Ninja Trader's difficult to set up and learn where everything is and all that. Or maybe I'm just an idiot. You know, you never know. Yeah, I agree, Juker. So far, Quantower and them seem better. Do we take this entry here? This is a little bit... The only problem with this entry would be where do I put my stop, right? You looked into Quantower, but there's missing features that Ninja Trader has. Yeah, Ninja has everything you can ask for. The only problem is just difficult to set everything up, and then I don't like the whole... I guess we'll take the short here, guys. I don't like the whole you know, having to have a license and this and that and the other to get your data. I had problems with that a couple of days on Ninja, where they basically were saying I didn't have data, even though it's provided through Apex or Bulanox or TopStep or whoever you're using. And also, I don't like the fact that you can't use more than one broker at a time. So in other words, if you're on Apex, you can't take trades on Bulanox, and if you're on TopStep, you can't take trades on Apex at one time. So I can't just use Ninja for all of my connections, and I don't like that. And maybe you can, and maybe there's a way to do it, and I just don't know. I mean, it could be. So we're going to move our stop a little closer now. Just kind of lock in some profit. So what are we locking in? 6 handles at a time. So it's going to trail. It's trailing about 5 handles behind right now, which honestly is probably a little tight, but that's where we'll leave it for now. You could tell me, Juker. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? No, I don't trade gold. I don't. Let's see. Juker has an Ninja Trader with Replicanto in my personal server, hosting 2 or more. Yeah, I've heard of Replicanto, and I've looked into it. We're stopped out there for profit. I've looked into Replicanto, and I do like what I'm seeing about it. So I might go with that. I think it's what, $120 for the Replicanto, and a lot of people use it and like it. So might have trailed that a little too tight there, but honestly, I didn't get in. I should have probably targeted a little lower in that first trade. So up $337 so far on this. So you can trade 3 at a time. See, that would be ideal for me too, if I could trade Apex and Bulanox at the same time. I'm not using TopStep on Ninja for that reason, but Ninja drove me crazy. I'm going to tell you, last week, I don't know what day it was. I think Thursday last week, it said my license had expired on Ninja. And so trying to do my connections, it would let me connect. Everything went green, but I couldn't take a trade. It had, like, the charts were all blank. And I could not get anybody on the phone. I couldn't get any email support. I finally went into the forum, and even in there, I couldn't get anything figured out. Nobody could give me information on it. So I ended up having to delete everything. I deleted the RTrader Pro Ninja, reinstalled everything, and it did not end up being a Ninja issue. It ended up being Bulanox issue with their data feed. I don't know, for whatever reason, it was saying their license was expired, so I switched it over to Apex, and I haven't had any problems since. Switched it over to the RTrader Pro login with Apex, and it's been good ever since. But Just the fact that I couldn't get any support, except for in a forum, it's kind of frustrating. Get a little bounce back up here. But once this is when I was, I just started using the Ninja early last week, so I was not very familiar with it at all. So the downtrend kind of continues here. You can see, I mean, we're in a nice little, just a nice little channel here. Lower lows, lower highs, just on the way down. Like I said, that 400 entry would have been pretty nice there. Just kind of following this trend line down. Just kind of staying in this channel, just building a channel on the way down. Could probably enter. You still use the previous version of NinjaTrader, had issues with the new update. Yeah, people are saying that. I saw that. I saw that for sure. I could have taken another entry here. Just put my stop above the channel. Yeah, and I also saw people who are using Ninja 7 and Ninja 8, and they're using a broker on each one. That was another option that I saw. So they would trade Ninjas. They would use 7 and have one broker on there, and then have another broker on 8 without having to buy a third-party copier. But so there's definitely options. Looking a little different here. I don't know if I like that. Failed to make a lower low on this one. Made a higher low. This might be our this might be our bounce area. Failed to kind of follow the trend here. Lower low. Lower low, lower low. So if it turns back down here, let's just see what happens. You have a pivot there at the 28. Didn't quite make it to there. Is anybody using Quantower? It's on right now. Any of you guys using Quantower? Seems okay. I mean, the ease of use is pretty nice so far. Guess we just had a small news event. Italian services PMI. So this kind of looked bouncy here. I didn't take it, but we'll see if this trades back up into that 77 area. Possibly 400. ES pushing back up into that 45.18 area. I could have taken the entry there for the breakout here, but it's one of those things where it could have just popped out and came back down, so you want to be careful. I would expect a potential trade up into the 400 level. Nice bounce out of there, though. Yeah, skyrocketing. For sure, skyrocketing there. 6 got a little bounce out of there. If you could have picked that bottom, that's a nice little 30-point move. But or even taking the break of the trend here, 25-point move. Like I said, the first area of interest, we're kind of right there now. I was thinking we might trade back up into that 400 level completely. But doesn't really look like it's going to at this point. Let's see how price reacts to this 66 area. Thing is, oh, good job catching the move. Thing is, this could go either direction, right? Could continue up into the 400s. It could move right up into this area and sell back down. So it's one of those things. Just have to be a little careful with it. A little careful. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe. Feel free to chat. So, you know, if you use the Fibonacci, then this tells you we should be trading up into this area, potentially this area, to be honest. But that is a pretty big move. We start to sell back down here, and then I may take a short. Nothing crazy. Maybe looking for like 12, 15 points. We'll see if it trades through here. Could get stopped, obviously, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. If it looks like it's going to bounce, then we'll just close it. Watching the 3-minute chart here in that 58 area, that's an area of concern. Oh. So I just took a little scalp there, got us above $400. Why did I think it might bounce here? If you look on the 3-minute chart, you do have a breaking structure here to the upside, right? So if it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce like right in here. That doesn't mean it can't sell through there. It's just unwilling to let that go red on us. And it could just sell back off, but could go both ways, I suppose. I mean, it feels like it's going to sell off, right? Feels like that's what's going to happen. This is just a pop back up into this gap to sell off. But feels not always right. James, morning. What's the software on the left that you're using with the top step? That's this is Quantower, James. This is Quantower. So far I like it. It offers a trailing stop, which I'm pretty cool. I kind of like that. So it keeps the trail at 50 ticks, which is 10 points. So stop just moves down with price. The only thing that, look at this. Oh, do we dare? A little late to the game here. The only thing about it is it keeps the stop at 50 ticks, and so if your stop is originally at 50 and you go into profit and you come back up, it's shorter. So if it went into profit 10 ticks and came back up, now your stop's only 40 ticks. So that's the only thing. It's not that I don't like that. That's fine. It's reducing risk. But sometimes you don't want to move your stop until it gets to a certain point. This I should probably just enter short here, to be honest, and just hold it for the low a day. Maybe down into the 20s. ES is already sold back down through that gap. So see how we react here. I may go ahead and enter short, guys. Stop's going to have to be a little wider than I'd like, but I guess the ES hadn't closed that gap out yet. It was a couple ticks away from actually closing it. But yeah, James, so far I'm liking it. You like the, what is that? What is UI? I'm not familiar with UI. What is that? Help me with that one. I know there's a lot of them that you can use. A lot of options out there. Just waiting here. I kind of want to jump in short, but should have held the short that I was originally in, I guess so, huh? All right, we'll give it a go here. Let's kind of target the low a day there. User interface. Oh, I got you. That's the only thing with taking this entry. It's stop's got to be much higher than I like it to be. Much higher than we'd like it to be. See if the ES can start selling back down here. I'm going to have kind of a shorter leash on this one since I am not really in it where I want to be. A little bit of a shorter leash. Do got the pivot down there at the 28 level, looks like. Just kind of watching here. I want to see the ES start to move back down. Holding up there at the 14 so far. Low a day is the 1150. If it just gets to the low a day, I think this pushes us back down for sure. Don't like that we're so close to the top of the hour here. Might just kill this one. Or what we'll do is we'll just put our stop here. If it moves down, it moves down. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So you can see every tick that it moves down, it will continue to trail it at this distance until it either hits our stop and moves into profit. Kind of reducing risk there. That's probably a little tight. So we're going to break even now. Yeah, stop this out. That's okay. And this thing could just dump here. I just kind of FOMO'd into that one and didn't really love it at this point. This thing could just dump right down to the lows. It's probably what will happen now that we got stopped. But that's all right. Still up 398. We're okay with that. We are okay with that. Anybody still in that short? I'm certain that some of you guys are still in it. T, you got to still be in it holding for that 25, right? Just not in love with this structure, to be honest. I mean, it did, you know, showed some strength bouncing out of here. Still could bounce. ES made new lows here, and you can see we did not. So we're holding up a little better than the ES here. Doesn't mean it can't sell, but just not in love with that design. So user interface, James, that's I haven't heard of that one. Looking like it might want to sell now. You guys got short up here, or even at the 400. The 400 was probably the best entry over here. See, kind of at 3 o'clock, we just traded right back up into the 400 level and just lost it. Juker short from 1505. Oh, wow. 15,505? Juker, when did you get short, man? You must have been short. You've been holding this for a minute. Wow, it's pretty much like the high of day, right? Pretty close to it. Yeah, that is the high. Nice. Well, I guess the high is a little higher. So what'd you see, this little double toppy? Good job. You got room, Juker. You got room there. 325. There's a pivot at 328. So that's the only thing I'd say. But the NQ normally will overshoot those pivots. Kind of paints outside the lines a little bit, if you will. So I think 325 is definitely within reason. I see room all the way down to 300. Before we kind of hit resistance there, or major resistance. We got through that resistance there at 21 on the ES. It traded down to the 10s here. So you're probably going to need that ES to get somewhere down in that 4,500 area. How many contracts you holding there short, Juker? Got a little pop right there at 4 o'clock. 3 micros per account. So you're copying 2 accounts there. Yeah, I'm considering going back to micros. On the funded account, I was considering it. The problem is, as you guys know, with Top Step, you can only use 2 at one time, which is a little bit ridiculous for the micros. I mean, at this point, you're only 30 handles away. You should get it. I would imagine. Getting a little bounce back up here. $12 accounts. Well, that's a little more then. Nice little payday then. Is it going to retest that 80 area here before moving back down? Maybe even 400s, possibly. Or has it found a bottom? Yeah, I wouldn't blame you there, Juker. I mean, you're still 100 points up at 400. I don't know if we retest 400 though, to be honest. Seems as though we would have probably already done it. Do think this 80 level though is of interest. The only thing I don't like is we did higher high, higher low, possibly another higher high here. You know, just keeping it very simple here. Failed to make a lower low. So higher high, higher low, possibly higher high. So kind of might be one of those. Really like to see it break this low to kind of keep that downward structure going. The good news is on the ES there, it did make a lower low, but we failed to make a lower low on the NQ here. So looking a little bottomy here. As you can see, the ES. Where's that arrow? There it is. The ES made a higher high and then a lower low, so this structure looks still looking pretty bearish. NQ looks a little stronger. Not much though. See what happens in this 80 level. So that's the area I'd be watching again. If we start to turn back down right here, may consider a short, but feels a little different here, to be honest. Feels like we may push through there this time. Just kind of watching the ES for some confluence here. If we see that ES turn back down, then we will know that, especially if we fail to make a higher high here. You're very systematic, so it's all good for me if we go up. Yeah. I don't know that it will here. We'll see. So I'm going to take a little short here. Obviously, if we make a new high here, then I'll just kill this, but see if we can't get a little move back down here, maybe into that 50 area. Somewhere in there. I'll trail this one close. Just because I'm not in love with it. Probably get stopped out, but that's okay. Yeah. I think this thing will sell off. I keep forgetting that stop follows. I wanted to just leave the stop there. I keep forgetting that it follows you. I do like that trail stop in some instances, but not when I go to break even. I'd rather it just stay right there. I don't know how to stop it. I do think that's going to do it for me this morning, guys. If you have not already, hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers. We failed to do it last week. Here we go. This thing's selling off now. But we're up $419 in the morning session. That's going to be enough for me. And we will see you guys again live at 9:30 a.m. Oh, here we go. Here's the waterfall. So if you guys like this content, tune in for that. And I will be back live again tomorrow morning for the Friday session. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. See you guys then.